Aquarius, this is your November 2022 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, then this is your reading. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune into my channel. It's Romy here. Now we're going to give you some key astrological dates and some intuitive messages to work with that I hope will help you to navigate over the next few weeks. So we're opening up with the energy of the Two of Wands. Now, what I like about this is you are in an elevated position right now and you're holding something incredibly precious. You're holding the earth right here. And so there's a deep awareness on your part through November as to the fragility, but also the power of the energy that you're working with within yourself. Now, November has an intensity to it, which certainly translates into, at times, a tenseness in the body. So there's a reminder here all the way through November. Just keep checking in, relax your stomach, relax your jaw, relax your chest. This is a time when you are being tested. You're being invited to look ahead, to start to think about the plans that you want to put in place, the reinvention that has been sparked within you because of this inner revolution that has been taking place throughout 2022 is so significant. And in these last few weeks of the year, there's something really powerful that you are coming into harmony, into alignment with, within yourself first and foremost. Now, we are working, of course, in Scorpio energy in your 10th house, the legacy that you want to leave in the world. You might have some important ideas that are being formed. And this kind of initiation, I think, that you are signing up to, that you are a willing participant of by way of an experience, is certainly challenging you. But you have to be open to doing things differently this month, okay? We need to be thinking about your currency, where you're investing your energy. Remember, we said Mars now retrograde in Gemini. Life is too short to focus or invest in things that are unimportant or that don't light you up. And that's what you're really going to come to terms with over the next few weeks. Now, we have a full moon eclipse in Taurus coming in on the 8th of the month. One of the aspects is going to be Mercury opposite Uranus, meaning that we'll be flooded with a lot of information and messages at that time, some of it quite surprising. Now, there's this energy of both revealing but also concealing around that eclipse moon, and so you might sort of feel that there's somewhat of a limited view or a narrow lens that you're being given. And so again, there's this requirement on your part to kind of lift yourself up and out and away from the denseness, the heaviness, the confusion, the deception, anything or anyone that is trying to blindside you or distract you. Now, you have important messages, news, information coming around that full moon that also I think are giving you, and the words that my guys just gave me is an escape plan. Now, however you want to interpret that, whether it literally will feel like that or metaphorically, it's giving you a creative solution, a way to navigate through. And there is this sort of wider theme that's playing out in November of like being granted safe passage. You know, when we're doing the inner work, when we understand the upgrades that are happening cosmically, galactically with the new earth energy, then we can accept the unease of that and we can know that we are held safely. Now, Saturn is now direct in your sign as of October, and so you are implementing a new boundary. And you learnt the hard way, and this time it will work. So you should be proud of yourself, because I feel like something that you put into motion, that you put into place, that has been born from this level of mindfulness and really having to experience something quite arduously, is left its imprint on you. But that's the point when we work with that karmic energy of Saturn, right? So again, that intensity sort of being, I suppose, a teacher, and one that's coming in with a very urgent message for you. Yeah. We don't have time this month, Aquarius, for you to be feeling into any kind of imposter syndrome whatsoever, any kind of feeling that you shouldn't be where you are, or that you don't get to experience the things that you want, or you don't deserve the things that are going to be showing up for you, because this is a time when the power is in your hands and we have to almost bend the rules, Where do you have to bend the rules? That's going to be a feeling that's going to come up for you. Sometimes when we are in a process of being deprogrammed, yeah, and we're having to kind of clear out and unplug from the matrix, then we have to give ourselves permission, and we have to almost challenge and say, well, who said it wasn't possible for me to do this? Why is it that I can't actually follow this route or feel into this solution, even if it's not necessarily like accepted from a conventional standpoint? And, you know, that might just be in terms of what you're thinking for yourself, the vision, the plans that you have, or perhaps something more on a practical basis. When you come at something from a place of love, you see the tattoo here, there's an energy, there's a power, there's a strength, there's a virility and a sense of belief that can carry you so far beyond the challenges that may feel like they are blocking your way. And I just feel like you are rising up and over those challenges one by one by one. And the sheer strength that you have to be able to do that, I think a lot of people are going to be kind of quite in awe actually as they observe over the next few weeks how you're able to either turn something around or make something from apparent nothing, or kind of just be able to really initiate this shift and change in your life, because you've got this focus. And that's one thing that Scorpio season can really help us with, right? The intensity, the sort of forensic-like ability to not let go. Remember, the eclipse axis we're working with Taurus and Scorpio in fixed signs. Yeah, and you know, they are dismantling particularly our wealth consciousness and allowing that sort of reinvention to take place, that rebirth. Now remember, if the phoenix rises from the ashes, Aquarius, then something has to get burnt to the ground for that to happen. So you may be experiencing, you may have already experienced, or you're seeing it come in on the horizon where something is literally going to really come a toppling down. Now there may be like a kind of a wave of emotion on your part of bringing some fear to the surface. Nine of Swords, typically the anticipation of the worst that could happen. And yet, again, I'm just going to remind you, you have new plans coming in. You're moving up and over the density, the heaviness. You have this power, this belief, this inner drive, this love of life, of what you want, of what you know is possible, driving you. And so typically the Nine of Swords, so much of it doesn't ever really come to fruition. It's all of our worst possible scenarios, and often in the dead of night, right? And so that restlessness, that challenge to sleep, which is also so much of some of the ascension symptoms that we'll be feeling into, you know, in the morning we can kind of make sense of, but in the moment can feel very real to us. So we need to remember that it's a very human experience to go through this kind of real emotional roller coaster and to doubt ourselves or to doubt the process. And there is a month that I think our trust is being tested through November. Absolutely. Our trust in ourselves, in the universe, in the people around us, in what we are investing our time, energy and resources into. And you know, there'll be a lot of back chat. Mars retrograde in Gemini, not always the most helpful because people have a lot to say, and most of it not always very conducive. And you may feel a bit disappointed, disillusioned perhaps in certain individuals, or the way that some people are choosing to necessarily handle things. What you need to remember is that as you focus on what you feel has been lost, or you feel the despondency over, the universe is trying to get your attention and move it over here. Now, the length of her hair is also showing me that this is something that's been a part of your life. Perhaps it's a person or a situation, and it's been around for a long time. So when we're dealing with fear or disappointment, we can understand the enormity of it, because it's not something that's just arrived yesterday. Like, you've had investment into this, yeah? Emotional investment, blood, sweat and tears. The work that you've done in so many different ways, perhaps being dismantled or coming to a place where it feels like there's just no way through or no way forward. And yet the flowers here are very indicative of the fact that something is still in bloom, something is still here to be worked on, to be salvaged, to be saved, or to be reimagined and re-energized, which again is what Mars transit can really help us with. Now, we have the 1111 portal coming in, of course, on the 11th of November. Beautiful time of oneness, of bringing in balance, a time for personal power. Also a strong emphasis around twin flames and karmic connections and the union that we have here. We have the ability to divinely manifest. And here we have the Knight of Cups. So there's a strong emphasis on your vision quest around bringing more love into your life. Here's where we get to be mindful where resentment is inviting a deeper sense of forgiveness, Aquarius, where envy is asking us to step more deeply into our own personal greatness, perhaps where fear is distracting us from truly receiving the love of the divine. You're sitting in the lotus flower, which means, again, you've come through this difficult time and, you may be feeling like somebody's playing with your heartstrings. You may be the one that's actually a bit non-committal. We might be experiencing that longing, that yearning for love, but certainly that energy around the 11th is going to be highlighting something so beautiful and incredibly healing for you that I want you to keep focused upon. Now we have this gorgeous water trine coming through with the asteroid goddess energies in November. We've got Juno, Black Moon Lilith, Vesta and Pallas Athena all in water signs. And remember, they help us understand our personal expression, the energy that we present to the world and how it aligns with our own natural essence. If you want to learn more about your own natal chart in relation to those goddess asteroid energies, be sure to check it out on my website. The link is in the description box below. Now, as we come later into the month, the new moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd is also going to welcome Jupiter shifting direct in Pisces. There's something incredibly healing taking place right there. So if you have an experience through the month that leaves you feeling a little bit like a body blow, or a bit wounded or a little bit overwhelmed on an emotional level, there's something around the gift of Jupiter coming in at that point in the month that I feel can give you much solace and actually this beautiful, beautiful silver lining, okay? So I really want you to look out for that. It may not come in the way that you'd anticipated. It may not arrive dressed up as the person that you'd expected it to be or and how you thought things were going to play out. But there is a surprising redirect coming in from the universe with you this month that I think is going to be exceptionally beautiful. We want you to notice who and what is making you feel on edge this month, okay? What's being said and what's being left unsaid. It gives you the opportunity to really pause and reflect on how you're receiving it, what perhaps you've been assuming within these connections and the impact that it's having on your power, okay? This is a month to move beyond the source of what is making you feel uneasy. You don't have to be the fixer all the time, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pull an additional 3 cards. If you're new to the channel, we cover these in our extended reading. You can find the link in the comment and the description box below for that. We talk for another 25 minutes or so, and we'll just go into things in a lot more depth. Now I'm going to invite you, Aquarius, just to think about a personal question that might not have come up so far in the main spread. We will pull some cards for you here in relation to that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and clarify this main reading now as well. So just beginning with the 2 of Wands, what else are we going to be talking about here? 9 of Cups. Empress energy, beautiful. This is a chakra tarot, which is interesting because it gives us the border, which correlates color-wise to the energy centers, the chakras, which is nice because it can give us deeper insight into perhaps where you need to be focusing on those chakras through the month of November. You've got a lot of solar plexus coming through here. Again, all the decks that I use are listed below, Aquarius. Beautiful Ace of Coins coming in. King of Cups. What about this 5 of Cups? Okay, 4 of Coins. Okay, might be job, work related, perhaps financially related for some of you. Another 8 of Wands coming in. Beautiful. Okay, let's just clarify these cards. This month for our Sacred Soul Support, Aquarius, we're focused on spiritual assignments in the light and self-ghosting in the shadows. So Sacred Soul Support are my guided soul journeys that complement the soul stories that I do each month. I create this work to help support you on your spiritual journey. You can check that out over on the website as well. Okay, I'm just going to pull you some oracle cards now. So this is Life Soul Vision, my oracle deck. Thank you so much if you have ordered. I'm getting some beautiful feedback from the ways in which you guys are connecting to it. If you want to check it out, the link is below. Again, this was designed to help you absolutely in this time to navigate these energies. You have the Queen of Water, Healing Elixir. I love that for you. We will go in more depth to the message in your extended. Finally, what do we have? Creation, beautiful. Soul expression, something new. Okay. I'm also this month going to be pulling some love cards in the extended for those of you in relationships. In one of those, it's complicated situationships, and also if you're looking for love or just looking for general joy from the universe. Okay, so if you're joining me for the extended, I look forward to continuing this cosmic conversation with you. If not, I wish you beautiful blessings for this month ahead. Thank you for being here, for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you and the ongoing support that you show me.